Hello, and welcome to the re-ride. I'm really glad you pulled us all out of bed in the middle of the night. I'm sure none of us were about to get any sleep anyway. There's just one of you, Don't worry. There's just one of me, too. Are you new to the re-ride? Don't worry, we were all virgins once. Ample instructions will be provided for you. Your buzzer is the spacebar or the return key. We will leave it up to you to decide. Before you go, please be aware that this is a non-profit fan project in no way associated with Jackbox Games. And now, please enjoy the re-ride. Perhaps we will meet at the bottom.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. This episode of The Re-Ride is brought to you by Unforbidden Snacks. From Tide Pod-shaped gummies to Silica Gel mint packages, we turn the inedible into the irresistible. And here's your host, the man who brought sexy back, Conan Blankenberg.
Welcome. So you consider yourself a good lawful citizen, huh? Well, let's see how your little sense of morality harms your bank account when we crack open the box of all the naughty things you're not supposed to do. Time to show off your forbidden knowledge. Show me the money, hit your buzzer at the right time. Well, that's respectable. Ain't much more than that, though. Here's our category. The Forbidden Question. Alright, let's get started by completing the following analogy. Fruit is to biblical apple as love is to Madonna song, Seinfeld episode, famous speech, or Canadian nonprofit. The forbidden fruit is the apple from the Garden of Eden, and forbidden love is the title of not one, but two Madonna songs. One from 1994, one from 2005. What I'm trying to establish here is that Madonna is clearly a goddess, and I will have no dissent from anyone on this. I've got a question for you, if you've got a value for me. Nice! Here's your category. Your Honor, the defense pleads free of sin. Hope you brought your swimsuit, because we're about to get wet. Because reincarnation is explicitly a crime in his home country, which of these Jesuses would be a crook? Indian Jesus, Canadian Jesus, Samoan Jesus, or Chinese Jesus? You know, it would be funny if it weren't so sad. Actually, it is quite funny. Smart people choose this. Reincarnation is indeed explicitly illegal and punishable by law in China. Well, who cares? You'll never get me dead! Alright, everybody's waiting on you to pick a value, so go... Ooh-wee, that's not bad at all, and here's your category. To get to the other side, you first need to be free. Oh, by the way, in case you haven't noticed, if you get this one right, you won't owe us money anymore. So you might want to try that. Just a friendly suggestion. Why did the chicken cross the road? To put its owner in jail in Gilbertown, Alabama, to get its owner arrested in Quitman, Georgia, to send its owner behind bars in Schlater, Mississippi, or to really screw over its owner in Damariscotta, Maine?
Look, Ma, no money.
Well, if you ever find yourself in Georgia, just make sure you don't own a chicken, since you apparently don't know what it's allowed to do there. Or, most importantly, what it's not. It is actually illegal to allow chickens you own to cross the road in Quitman, Georgia. Of course, for payback, its owner made it intricately familiar with 11 very tasty herbs and spices. Okay, we need some money to play for, so why don't you buzz in and pick us some? Nice pick! Flex those fingers, it's time for a Dis or Dat! This Dis or Dat question is called... Sweet! Alright, listen up. I'm gonna list off 7 chemicals, and for each one, I want you to tell me whether it's the name of an artificial sweetener or the name of a hardcore drug. As each one comes up, if you think it's the first one, press 1. If you think it's the latter, press 2. And if you're not sure and you want to skip it for now, press 4. Get one right and you'll win some money. Get it wrong or don't get to it in time and you'll lose cash. And you've got 30 seconds to get to all 7 of them. Alright, ready up. It's time to party. Clintos. Myristicin. Mulomaline. Sorghum. Zuame. Aferone. Pregabalin. What a thoroughly average and boring showing. I'm gonna have to light up to get through the rest of this. And there's your current score. Hope you're happy with it. Let's move on. Hit your buzzer when a good value flies by, and we'll be playing for it. Cool. And now it's time for a little question I like to call... The 57th rule of Fight Club is... The first rule of Fight Club is, don't talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is, don't talk about Fight Club. And then? What's the third rule of Fight Club? No shirts, no shoes. Fights will go on as long as they have to. If someone yells stop, the fight is over, or one fight at a time. Don't be sad. Lots of people lead happy lives without brains. Well, you sure picked yourself up a bloody nose in this one. The third rule of Fight Club is if someone yells stop, the fight is over. The principles are safe, sane, and consensual, as it is in Fight Club as in BDSM dungeons. I've heard. Smash the buzzer when you see the good stuff fly by. Let's go! No! What did you do? Oh my god, this is terrible. Here's your category. Jerry was a lonely race car driver. Time for the juicy bits. Say you're a race driver and your date for the night is one giant red flag. What would your instincts very likely not allow you to do? Repair your chair, refuel your drinks, change your treads, or get up from your chair and walk around the restaurant. Oh dear. You can't refuel your car during a red flag in almost every motor racing competition under the sun. But who knows, maybe your date would have gone a little more pleasantly if you hadn't shown up in a full fireproof suit and a racing helmet. Pick a value that looks good to you, and then we can keep going. Shamalama ding dong zinger dinger. Okay, alright, I think we all know what this is. Oh, no way! Yes way, it's gibberish. It's a gibberish question, if that wasn't obvious enough. Alright then. Let's take a look at the actual gibberish category for this question then. The Hives had it with you, sir. Here's how it works. You're gonna see a phrase that probably makes no sense at all. Your job is to buzz in and tell me what actual sensible phrase or name that gibberish rhymes with. Now, the important bit is that the amount of cash you'll win for a correct answer slowly trickles down with time until it hits 0, so if you want to win big, you gotta be quick. Got all that? Good. Okay, take a look at this gibberish phrase and tell me what famous phrase it rhymes with. To have a night, the bee slain tyrant. And don't mind the comma. If you hear this, you've been naughty. Oh boy. Oh. You have a right to remain silent. Unless, of course, you get caught trying to slay a tyrant. In which case, your only right is gonna be to rot to death in a dark, dingy dungeon. The kind of dungeon where you don't play a 90s trivia game. You know, the boring kind of dungeon. No less dingy, though. Okie dokie, it's value time. Smash your buzzer when you see a good one. Thank you, and here is your category. We hold these truths to be insufficient. All right, 3036 is the number for this question, and here we go. If all United States laws were rendered invalid except for the original Constitution, which of these movie titles would still describe an illegal action? Kill Bill, The Bank Job, Pirates of the Caribbean, or Kidnapping Mr. Heineken? I'm honestly more of a Glug Light guy myself. So here's what you would have picked if you didn't suck. Murder, kidnapping, and grand theft are all A-OK in lawless America, but piracy, along with treason and counterfeiting, is not. Of course, murder, kidnapping, and grand theft are also okay with all of those laws intact, but only if you have enough money. Picky, time to select a value, let's go! Good pick, and here's your category. A buffoonery of absurd collective nouns. I love the wonderfully wacky world of terms of venery. You know, the field that says a group of crows is a murder, or a group of owls is a parliament. Well then, riddle me this. You've watched a sleuth solve a conspiracy shortly after a patrol discovered an intrusion. Which of these animals did you not witness? Bears, ravens, caterpillars, or cockroaches? It just doesn't get any wronger than this. And here I thought I'd get more from you than a fluffle of disappointment. It's called a sleuth of bears, a conspiracy of ravens, and an intrusion of cockroaches, but a group of caterpillars is called an army, not a patrol. If you ask me, the collective noun for a group of terms of venery should be called a bullshit. Come and get yourself a night's allowance, hit your buzzer, and let's do it! Nope, here's what we're dealing with. How dare you refute my total and utter nonsense? Probably don't need to remind you that we're playing for 4888 here, so pay attention. Which of these adversaries in a battle of wits would be most likely to accuse you of using an illegal argument? Your smartphone, a state senator, a tennis player, or a sous chef? Hey, were you kicked in the head as a child or something? Were you thinking of this one? Illegal arguments are a programming thing, so a coding error for a smartphone app could cause your phone to accuse you of playing foul. Though you honestly have to be legendarily stupid to lose a battle of wits against a thing that literally has a mute button and an off switch. Do you know how many people I wish had a mute button and an off switch? Hit your buzzer at the right time and we might play for some actual cash. Welcome to the Jack Attack. In a few moments, you'll see a bunch of words up on your screen. Buzz in when you see 2 items on the screen that match. Get it right and you'll win some cash. Get it wrong and you'll lose cash every time you're wrong. And for the big bucks, you'll need to keep this in mind. Not all matches are created equal. It's only a match if it fits this clue. Don't do that. No, seriously, don't. We mean it. Best of luck to you.
happened? Cosmic interference press all those buttons for you? That was horrible! Here's your total!
Pathetic.